Hi, I'm Draw Bardan,
I'm Highball Harold
and welcome
to another edition of
Shop Track.
Welcome, folks.
And, the first item of business, Harold,
Absolutely. Time comparison.
grade watch, of course.
That's right. Railroad approved. We got 1356.45.
Yeah.
Boom.
We're still, man.
Keeping it alive.
Time check, he's done.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, always.
Those who forget the past. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Harold,
Okay, shout out today.
you have a shout out today.
Shout out today to the fine folks at Red Pass Barber Company. Brent Best, Atlas, and Wade will give you the best haircut that you could probably get in Jasper. Maybe the only haircut. No, it's not. But it's the best haircut anywhere between
And even a barbershop shave,
the
which I had. Yeah,
best men's
Men.
thing hair between
men.
between Knighton Junction and Red Pass, BC. Red Pass Junction. Anyway, stop in sometime when you're coming through town. Shout out to the boys keeping us looking good, feeling good.
And I'll be coming to see you boys probably within the next week,
Shaggy here. Okay, that's my shout out. Short and
Okay,
sweet. Short and sweet, just like the haircut. Okay.
Short and sweet, eh?
High and tight like the Marine Corps.
I like that, yeah. Yeah, so listen, what's you're still out there, any
I'm
current
still out
events?
there.
You're a guy that's up to date with what's going on. Was there something going on with the unions?
Yeah, well, okay.
in the States?
For our American viewers, I don't know the specifics and down to the minutia.
You could find it though, easy.
Yeah,
Like
you can,
Google what's
the
going
Googie,
on.
Do the Googie, and they've gone beyond. They've kind of broken off negotiating because they mostly negotiate as a big group. Like we have, CN does its thing, CNC and CP separately negotiate with the carrier, the Teamsters Canada Rail Conference, and the respective Class 1s. But in the States, with the exception of maybe I think CSX, they all negotiate together. So that's fallen apart. The mediators, so they're going into kind of a cooling off thing, and there might be what they call a presidential emergency board. Anyway, long story short, possibly within 90 days, there may be a nationwide rail strike in the United States of America. So stay tuned. Anyway, brothers and
Well,
sisters,
that'll tie things up.
solidarity with you out there. The BLET.
Oh,
And
yeah.
The old UTU.
No,
we
listen.
won't go there.
Oh, yeah.
UTU in Canada has a bit of a sort
Yeah,
of
no, listen, and that's
ending.
another thing. I never did, I'm not saying, but, with the bus drivers right at the time, I'm going, whatever happened to the Brotherhood of Railway Trainmen and Conductors or something, or, the Canadian, anyways.
Well,
what really bothered me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I always wanted to be a hoghead. I knew as soon as I hired out, and from a railway family, and I wanted to do. So
Yeah.
whatever I got to do, right? I'm going to do. And here's the thing. I strive the BLE. And I have, by the way, I have a collection of pins, BLE for 10, 15, 20, 25-year service, right up to 50 a collection. I got a lot of BLE stuff still. A lot of, because I love that. Brotherhood of the Footboard, apparently in 1883, whatever, it became the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers.
The
But I
oldest-
have to say, and this happened
That's right.
across the border, which used to piss me off because, it's just you're used to, right? And it was them down there that made for
I know.
whatever, and then go to the Jimmy Hoffa
Yeah.
Teamster thing.
Well, they made a deal. The UTU made a deal with the devil, and the Canadian guys. I left and took my hiatus in the career here, but UTU. I was a delegate, a delegate at the founding convention of UTU Canada in Richmond, BC, in '91. Yeah, I think it was the early summer of '91. That was when Larry Olson was the Lines West, and anyway. Solid, right? Good deal. But
Yeah.
down the road, another, I don't know how
Yeah.
long it was. Yeah, then the UTU guys in Canada voted to go on strike, and then the president, or down there in the UTU in Cleveland, said, "No, you didn't get my
Cleveland,
permission.
Ohio.
You didn't get my permission." Anyway, that was
Yeah, no,
yes.
serious. Anyways,
Greasy.
Of course, it's no different.
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's-
got to have solidarity. Yeah, for sure. But
That's what's going on. And,
it's a good thing I'm not running things. I'll tell you that, right, Muggsy?
That's right.
things would be different.
Nice railroad just got there.
Yeah, I hope
Shame if
nothing
nothing
happens to it.
it.
Yeah, nice.
You know, and the sad thing,
That'll come up later
yeah,
here. But
and the sad thing, just my opinion only, but the sad thing with what's going on in the States now is guys kind of as individuals, and there's hundreds of them, as individuals, they're quitting. Sadly, as we talked about that on the last episode, guys,
experienced guys,
15, 20 years in, because of the terrible attendance policies, are quitting. But if they all just said, no, we're not quitting, but you're not going to be running any trains out of this terminal for the next couple of days.
Well, you know what?
They can't fire everybody. Do you understand? That's the power of the union. Anyway.
Yeah, well, the thing is, everybody's got to take a hit. I mean,
yeah,
it's all fine until, it comes. That's why it's easy said, but it's a tough thing to do because everybody, especially in this Western society of consumption and whatever and overextension.
Crass materialism.
Yeah, absolutely, eh? Amazon, get the dining or whatever, Wayfair, whatever the fuck. Pardon me again. But anyways, just not. Let's not go off on a tangent. Quick, give me a shot. Okay, listen. Okay, let's see. Current events. Thanks. Okay, Harold.
That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Wow. That's good.
Oh, and one more thing for anybody who's still on the property. Just 3 simple words: do your job.
Always. Best thing for your whole career. For best advice for your, we would give you for your whole career. Just do your job. Not only do your job, but do it professionally to the best of your ability. Right? Don't give them anything to come back at you, eh? Hey, you were, pull the tape. Go ahead.
Black
I
box
said before, right?
Friend. The black box is
your friend. We've said that before. We'll say it again. And okay, and so now we come down to the do your job thing. And I've heard from a couple of people. There's some young guys out there, and on the left-hand side of the, the bottom line is that are not, from what I hear, up to standards, or I don't know what's changed. I know a lot's changed and stuff, but one thing should never change is professionalism, right? It's like good manners. Never go out of style.
That's right.
Right, and when there's a guy, and especially now, I guess when you have so many cushion drawbars, you're reduced in speed if you got over. I mean, there's all sorts of new things, and all these things are always knee-jerk reactions or whatever. They got to come because, a couple guys are boneheads.
It's like.
And then everybody pays the price.
It's like the analogy is like if one guy poops his pants, we all have to wear diapers now.
It's like in whatever Full Metal Jacket, you eat it, they pay for it, right? They're all doing Well, that's the thing. You get Anyways,
there used to be a saying, FIFO. Well, there still is, and it doesn't mean it could mean first in, first out, but it means fit in or off. And that was the way it was. The job made you if you were so desirous of being a child of the steel.
Yeah. It's a mutual thing. You got the calling. It's meant to be.
You hired out as a brakeman or a yardman, and it wasn't an official apprenticeship, but it was, in a sense, an apprenticeship.
You used to have 2 years on the head end. In the old days, 2 years on the tail end, and then you rode up as a conductor.
18 months, 24 months, and then you wrote your A book. And
anyways, I hear like guys that, not when you're pulling out of cars, you're doing a double over wherever it is, right? And the guy's okay, take them out, and you're going to pull at a speed. You're not going to whip, because buddy's checking stuff, and that's when you compare it. Hey, that's not on there. Okay, hey, that'll do when you can. And what's going on? The numbers are out of jive, right?
Good idea.
You don't check. A guy just,
eyeball the pickup.
And then, there's how many? Oh, not how many, but there's a few times that because of Buddy, we got extra cars like go over to, and it's like, what? You what?
Yeah.
I only go by what I'm told. Yeah, we got okay. I judge myself accordingly. I like to know where. And in the old days, it was nice. They marshaled things. Like doing pickups and setouts on the tail end when you got like fucking 150. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like it's, that's why you're paid to fail now. There's no incentive, right?
You do a-
No, you do because you gotta. Okay, if that's what you'd like, it takes time.
You do a lift like the other day at 11,200 feet, 22,000 tons. She's all long draw bars, and I told the young fella, I said, you know, when you told me 3 cars, 2 cars, 1 car, I was stopped for that whole time.
Yeah, like we said before,
right,
slack.
exactly, yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, we make
Anyways,
that joint.
okay.
Just, you know, we make that joint, and the pins just go. Cling.
Oh, I've done that one, like the perfect. I mean, like just kick.
Oh, I love it.
And it happened to be in front of. There's a couple carmen and another crew on the platform there, whatever, and everybody saw it, and it was like they all went, oh, it was like golf, nice, you know.
That's the equivalent of my mom had a friend whose husband was an aircraft mechanic in the forces, and there was a Herc that came in one day on like 1 or 2 engines, and the whole flight lines lined up in Mayo before the grunts took it over and ruined the longest runway. There was a backup runway for the space shuttle.
Wow.
No, they fucking parked tanks on it. Pardon my French.
Yeah,
anyway, all the guys are lined up on the fucking flight line.
Hey,
After
easy.
this-
We said the.
After this Herc comes like right limping in and like right on.
Yeah.
We like to everybody makes fun of the Air Force, but you try and land a Herc on one out of the 4 engines. Put her down. The only good landing is the one you walk away from.
That's right. You betcha, man.
Anyway,
Okay. Wow.
we
Jeez.
digressed into the.
Yeah, into what?
World
Yeah.
of them.
But you know about the doing the job. I was just saying, and you know, you're over on the left-hand side of the cab, and you know what? You should be doing the same thing as Buddy, except for the operating part. But your eyes should be on there all the time. You should not, you know, like be doing other things or whatnot. Because here's the gig. You're the backup, right? And that's why we tell us, it's on, hey, the buck stops on the right-hand side of the cab. Like, you got to always, as a hoghead, you're on your own. Always know that. Never depend on anybody. It's nice when you get a good guy, and these are the good guys, the old-time guys, and I remember, that would sit there and stare off into the darkness, just like you, and call everything. And we're here, you know what I mean? And being part of the team and holding hands. Because then here's a colleague of mine. He was working, and he missed the sound of the detectors. A lot of stuff going on the radio and stuff like that. And he was counting. He had counters going on, but he missed the radio transmission, right? And he asked the guy across, hey, did you hear that? What, you know? And it's like, fuck me. Okay, that's what I mean. The one time, the one job, one job buddy over there. The one time, you know, now, like, and then, anyways, here's the thing. I just wanted to say, do your job. And I don't know now what kind of panty wastes, and hey, I'm not saying that because I like wearing panties too, but they chafe my scrotum. You know that these soft, well, hey, heat bag. You know what? You go a whole career, right? And everything's good, and you work with this one guy, and he, you know, puts you on the ground or something. Anyways, they got a job to do, and be professional. You're here to be part of the team.
You know, when they come for the left-hand seat there, at least you can go out like a man or a woman with pride, knowing that you did your job, eh? Because they are. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. We'll get into that down the road.
Here's the thing, okay? You locomotive engineers, this kind of work, behavior, whatever, you got to call it out. That's why I love the old steam engine guys that I train with and stuff. They were hardcore. World War II, you know, and that's where I get it from, doing your job and whatnot. And I think there needs to be some more grumpy old hogheads. That covers.
Hey,
that
you want grumpy? Go fight in the war and defeat fascism, and come back and work for the railroad. Hey,
and be exploited.
That's right.
Hey, listen. No, the bottom line is okay. You gotta set the tone right off the bat. Say, hey, this is what I expect. I don't want to see any of this. Don't do this. Don't you pull a phone out of your grip or whatever. I've never my day, whatever. But like that, when you come to, right? You know, because
the payphones were so big you needed a separate grip to put them in.
The bottom line is, you got to be up front and tell somebody when, hey. You know what I mean? Those old guys would, you know, I remember being a conductor and an old hoghead pulled the air on him one time. I wanted to pick up behind too. You know, we had a caboose, whatever, and he said, "No, we're just picking him up on the head." And I said, pick up behind too, because I got him. No,
called
and then I
marshalling.
pulled the air, and I said, "Channel 2." You know, we'll find somebody that when you anyways, correct this behavior, okay? Set the tone. We're professionals here. In my day, we'd have what I like. The best motivational tool was the corrective interview. It's like in the locker room in high school. All of a sudden, you know, there's like 4 or 5 guys standing around. Hey, what's going on? Oh, heat bag. Get on it. Anybody shows up with a fat lip and a black eye, but everything's good.
That's pretty old school. That doesn't fly in these days.
Anyways, just
Anyway,
be professional and yeah. I just don't want to hear these reports of unprofessionalism. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, I'm telling you, I know.
Anyways, be professional, be safe, but be professional out there, guys.
Stay safe.
And is that? Okay. One a little. Let's have a happy note. Geez, this is twice we've been serious like this. This is brutal, buddy. No more chips for you. I wanted to know the difference, hey, because I'm born. You know, 7 years old was my first road trip, and I'm born in the railway. I love it. It's in my. I'm child of the steel, and when I hired on, I can remember being called a keener because you know,
Right.
a keener. But then years later, whatever, this foamer. So, Greg, what's the difference? Like,
Well,
keener is, you know, I'm keen,
me,
you
a
know, but
keener-
and then there's the foamer is what's the difference?
Well, to
You
me,
tell
a keener is like you can appreciate, like whatever it is. Like, okay, if you're an NHL fan, you're a hockey
You're a keener.
fan.
Yeah.
You're a keener. But if you have the fucking stats of everybody memorized, and that's a foamer. So in the railroad, the
the
keener,
trivia
like
stuff.
you like. You know, you like, okay, the romance of the rails, and right.
Or you're
But if
into
you
it.
know every friggin' bolt and nut and what order, manifest number, the
Well, not
Right.
you know. There's a lot of all depends.
kind of
but
on the spectrum.
when you take
maybe
it,
a little
when you
bit.
take it on the hey, not saying anything. It's good, happy that you're but I just want to know the difference because cool to be
We were rolling by our.
cool to be keen.
we rolled our
the
train
right
up-
manager.
Yeah, we rolled our train out of Jasper last week, and we're on the south side, Hoghead, and the conductor trainee with them on the north side, which is more toward the town. And there's a guy there, and I'm thinking, Jesus, this guy gonna jump in front of the locomotive? I'm watching, right? Okay, what? Anyway, he's cool.
Like the
Okay.
kids in Toronto.
Well, whatever, yeah. And then all of a sudden, the guys, after we roll the train by, right, and I'm like, this is what you do when you look at the engineer and the conductor. Good roll by, and they both got a $10 tip from this guy. And I'm sitting there like, okay, where's the harashi for
Hiroshi, yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Hoghead? Anyway, that's
Yeah.
all we got, I think. for
And we
today.
do it because it's what we do.
We do what we do because
what
it's
I
what
did.
we do.
And